Thank you very much for helping us see again differences and similarities and motivations. I know there are questions. I'm going to allow a couple of questions before our next speaker, so we might go over. Yes.
Abdul Nasser Kaadan. I'm from Syria, but for the last 2 years, I'm working here at Utah State Weber University. So actually, thank you so much for this presentation. Actually, I think all of us enjoy it. I would like to add something very important regarding the similarity. I think the most important thing that in the Holy Quran of Muslim people, the Quran mentioned to the name of Moses how many times? How much you guess? 592 times mentioned to the name of Moses as a messenger of God. And none of Muslim could be accepted his Islam unless he believed in Moses as a messenger of God. The same thing regarding Christianity. For example, Mary mentioned in the Quran, the mother of the Jesus, 33 times in the Quran, and in the Quran considered Mary as the most purified woman since Adam time until the hereafter. None woman is more purified than Mary. Even the wife of the Prophet Muhammad, the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, is not purified such as of Mary. This is decided by the Quran. I think one of the most important, just to make peace process among nowadays Palestinian and Israelis, just to remember the history. During the medieval age, or what was called the Islamic Golden Age, Jewish people, they live under the umbrella of, for example, the Islamic civilization in very friendly, actually, condition with Muslim people. And many of them, they were very great scholars. Just I would like you to give you an example. You know the name of Salahuddin. Salahuddin, the one who actually liberated Jerusalem during the medieval age, and the private doctor of him was very famous Jewish doctor, Maimonides. In his name in Arabic, Musa ibn Maymun. This man, he was a religious Jewish man, but at the same time, he was a doctor. He was the private doctor for the great leader of Islam during this era. When we teach our generation about these issues, how those people actually at that time could achieve very important civilization at that time by actually to work hand with hand. At the same time, I think that nowadays Jewish people are very important people. They are brilliant people. We want to benefit from them. If I want to address Palestinian people, I just to remind them that nowadays it is about quarter of Nobel Prizes awarded to Jewish people. This means that those people, we have to get benefit from them. We have to put our hand with their hand to make peace, to develop our countries, not only, for example, in Palestinian people, in all Arab countries. We have to look for them as an example, how they can achieve many things. So I think this is many issues we have just to make a kind of peace with Israelis, Palestinian and Israelis. Not only Palestinian, I'm looking for all Arab people to make a kind of peace with Israelis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Madam Presenter, thank you for the academic presentation. However, I would like to add a stone on the side of the religious approach towards the same subject. Maybe if we are not to climb a tree from the branches, then the statement that was first said, and it is said by some academicians, that Islam was founded by Muhammad. This statement is not spiritually, scientifically, naturally, or historically correct. this one needs to be corrected because of the following. Number one, chronologically, Islam, from the Bible, the first pillar of Islam is talked about in Mark chapter 12 verse 29. The second pillar is talked about in the Bible in Matthew 26:39. Zakah, third pillar, is talked about in Hebrew 10 verse 24. And the fourth pillar is talked about in Matthew in chapter 4 verse 1. And the fifth pillar is talked about in Psalms chapter 84 verse 5 to 6. Meaning that Muhammad is not the founder of Islam, but instead Islam had its origin even before the coming of Muhammad, peace be upon him. However, this is testified and approved in the Quran, chapter 2, verse 4 to 5, when the Quran says, now I'm bringing what the Quran says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. That people who believe in Muhammad and they believe in what was revealed to whoever came before him, meaning that Muhammad was just fulfilling what was brought before him by other prophets and messengers, including Isa up to Adam. May Allah be blessed with them. Finally, there is a chapter 3 that we can take to add some value as well in the discussion. Just if we want to understand the Hebrew and Islam, just get Ibrahim, or call him Abraham, put one son Ismail on one side, and under Ismail, a prophet that came next was Muhammad only. Yet on the other hand, where we have Isaac, there is Isaac, there is Jacob, there is Aaron, there is Musa, there is up to Jesus. Meaning that all these were brothers and they are coming from the same parent, Ibrahim, and that's why we take them as Abrahamic faiths. So meaning that they had all to follow the same, only that just in between, people went and found out ways of how they can disseminate from one another. Our concern is to bring them together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. So I want to respond to the first question. I think it's going to take a long time process to reach the final peace. But for both Jews and the Muslims, they need to keep in faith. And they have to communicate more frequently, individually and also through the government, even from the third party, the mediators, to bring them together so that they can share the ideas, and maybe they have some misunderstandings and historically hatred or resentment. But I believe that, and also because they both have the same origin, they're the descendant of Abraham, and you guys both believe in the one God. So it's just writing in different name in Hebrew and Islamic words. So I believe that there's gonna be a time for God come to help you guys to make the peaceful process, but there's a precondition because the peace is between the two parties, and they want to solve the problems by themselves. The third party only engaged in the negotiation by bringing them together instead of forcing their ideas and interests and to oppose each other. So they have to hold sincere opinions and be righteous during this negotiation process. I believe that there's gonna be a final achievement. So between both Palestinians and the Jewish people. And for the second question, I think it's very interesting because you mentioned that they share a lot of ideas and the knowledge, and this is what I believe. So I think that each of the prophet, they come with different specific purpose in different period. And this is how God designed them to come to solve the problems. When a conflict comes, when there's a problem, so God sent this prophet to communicate with people. So I think it's also very important that, because God is very patient, and He wanted us to step by step to understand the peace.
Thank you very much.